Hey guys, Dan here. Today I'm going to review 10 new Korean sunscreens. Some of these are actually new, but some of them are new to me, so keep that in mind. I'm gonna go from my least favorite sunscreens to my most favorite sunscreens. And before I start, consider following me on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel for more skincare content and check out my Patreon in case you wanna help support the channel. So I'm gonna start with this one from MACQUEEN, New York. UV protection SPF 50 plus PA+++. And I just wanted to say, none of these sunscreens are actually bad. Shocker. They're all pretty good, just I like some of them more than the others. This one is only $7. I think currently 6 actually on YesStyle. By the way, all of these sunscreens you can buy on YesStyle. You can use my code for extra discount, all the good stuff. And thank you so much for using the code. $7. It has a combination of physical and chemical filters, so mineral and chemical filters. The chemical ones, unfortunately, are not new generation. They are older generation filters. It does have fragrance, not a pleasant fragrance. It doesn't have any alcohol. It is not fungal acne safe. It has 3 fungal acne triggers. No icing with this one. So not the best. It is pretty thick in consistency and it's not that easy to actually spray it on your skin. You don't get that luxurious Korean sunscreen experience, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's thicker, not that easy to spread. However, it looks pretty nice on the skin, this one. It's one of the least shiny on this list. It does have a little bit of coverage, a tiny bit. Nobody's gonna notice it, but it's gonna make your skin look just a little bit more polished. My blackheads are gone when I'm using this one. I'm actually currently, I have it on my skin with a little bit of powder. But it's the last on my list though. Yeah, just because of the fragrance, it's not the best. The filters, the protection is not the best. It's PA+++ only, but it looks nice on the skin. And they do have a matte version of this one, so you can check that one out. But not the best experience. It's an average sunscreen that you can use on like special occasions maybe, because it makes your skin look nicer. Next I have the Dr. Althea Aqua Glowing Sunscreen. I got this one in PR, but the price for it is 19, currently 16 on YesStyle, so a little bit up there. It does have, for the most part, new generation UV filters. It does have a UV booster, which I don't like. It's similar to Octisalate. More and more brands start to include it in their sunscreens for some reason, so I'm not too excited about that. It's very similar to Octisalate, which my skin doesn't like, so, but I didn't experience any irritation with this one, so I guess the amount of it is not that high. Fragrance-free, alcohol-free, it's not fungal acne safe. It has 4 fungal acne triggers. They're pretty low on the ingredient list, but they are in there. No white cast, no eye sting. The finish of this one is glowy. It's very, very good. I mean, it is on the title. It's not the fault of the sunscreen because it says on the title it's gonna be glowy. I just got it in PR, so I wouldn't have purchased it myself. If you like a glowy sunscreen, it's pretty nice, spreads easily on the skin, has all these beneficial ingredients for the skin like most Korean sunscreens. Yeah, just too glowy for me, and it has that SPF booster that I don't like, and it's not fungal acne safe, so, and the price is not that great. Next is the One Thing Cica B5 Sun Cream SPF 50 plus PA++++. This one retails for $11, $11. It has, for the most part, new generation UV filters, but it does have that SPF booster. It is fragrance and alcohol free. It is fungal acne safe, so if you're looking for one, might check this one out. No white cast, no eye sting. Beautiful texture, very hydrating, spreads nicely on the skin. I think it's gonna be great for people with dry skin, but again, it's too glowy for me. It's one of the glowiest on this list, if not the glowiest actually. It's very shiny. No, there is one that is shinier than this one though, if I think about it now. It does have some beneficial ingredients towards the bottom of the ingredient list. Yeah, a nice fungal acne safe option, just too glowy for me. And I don't like the SPF booster in this one, even though I don't feel like it's irritating my skin. I guess the amount is not too high, but it's in there. and I don't think there's any reason to use it, but I'm not a cosmetic formulator. Next, I have another one from Dr. Althea that I got in PR. This is the Green Tea Fresh Sunscreen. So it's pretty much this one, but less shiny, which I do prefer. $17, mostly new generation UV filters. It does have the SPF booster, fragrance and alcohol free, not fungal acne safe. It has 3 fungal acne triggerers, no white cast, no eye sting. It is less shiny than the previous one, but it has the same beautiful lightweight texture, maybe a little bit even more lightweight. All the goodies, all the good ingredients for your skin are in this one. Just a better version, not a better, but a more suitable version for me, this one, compared to the glowy version. And $16, $17 with a discount. Normally I think it's around like $20. It's a little bit up there, but it's not a bad option, this one. But again, the SPF booster and all those fungal acne triggerers are making it go lower on my list. Next I have this one from Espoir, which was an interesting experience for me. Espoir Water Splash Sun Cream Ceramide SPF 50 plus PA++++. So this one is $11, but you get 60 ml, which is a little bit more than usual. You get new generation filters. It's alcohol free, but it does have a pretty strong floral fragrance. It is not fungal acne safe. No eye sting with this one. It does have a white cast, and initially I hated this sunscreen. It's so shiny, so freaking shiny. It's the shiniest on this entire list. It does have a white cast. The shine of this one though, it's not greasy in a way. It's kind of like that very gloss skin type of shine. I'm gonna include videos here so you can see. It's such an interesting shine, this one, like glass skin. I guess people who love glass skin are gonna love this one. But then when I applied powder on top of this one, my skin looked perfect. So even, so blurred, no pores, nothing, just so freaking perfect. So because of that, I kind of like, okay, I am gonna use this one on special occasions. Not sure I'm gonna repurchase it, but it's a very interesting product because that shine, the glossy type of shine, I haven't really encountered in other sunscreens. It's either you look greasy or you look like more natural, but this one is like, I think it's kind of like a tone-up sunscreen in that regard, even though it doesn't say on the packaging that it's a tone-up sunscreen. But very interesting product. I love it and hate it at the same time. Good for special occasions and good for people who are very pale and love a very shiny, glowy sunscreen. So it might feel a little bit drying by the end of the day, just a tiny bit. But I have oily skin, so if you have dry skin, I don't know. Although for the most part, people with dry skin love that very glowy finish, so it's a problematic sunscreen, let's just say that. Next I have the Anessa Perfect UV Sunscreen Mild Milk for sensitive skin, SPF 50 plus PA++++. And this one is actually not a Korean sunscreen, it's actually an Asian one. $24. So, well, you can find it currently, I think it's 20 on YesStyle or 19. It's a hybrid sunscreen. It pretty much has chemical and mineral UV filters. The chemical ones though are new generation UV filters, so I like that. It's fragrance free, alcohol free. It's not fungal acne safe. It has 2 fungal acne triggers, I think, either 2 or 3. It does have a little bit of a white cast, no eye sting, and this one is actually, I think, the only sunscreen on this list that is water resistant, very water resistant, so that's a good one. This brand is known for offering very good and reliable and high protection, so I like that about it. This one is very lightweight. You have to shake the bottle before applying it. It spreads pretty nicely. It does take a little bit of work to sink it in your skin and to apply it evenly, because of those mineral UV filters. Has a little bit of white cast, so that's not ideal to me. Even on my skin tone, it has like the tiniest bit of white cast, nothing major. Although that's kind of nice because it makes my blackheads less noticeable. I like the finish of this one. It's not too shiny. It's one of the least shiny on this list actually, so that's nice. It is a little bit drying by the end of the day, but one of the best option on this entire list. The price is a little bit too high for me, that's why it's a little bit lower on the list. Just because you get 60 ml though, so a little bit more than usual. But the price is a little bit too high, and the white cast and the foam acne triggers. Besides that, amazing option, probably the highest protection on this entire list, so I like it for that. Next I have the SCINIC Enjoy Super Mild Sun Essence SPF 50 plus PA++++. This is not a new one. It's a pretty old sunscreen actually, but it is kind of new to me. I like this one. It's more hydrating than most of these sunscreens. Very hydrating, but not being too shiny at the same time. The price for this one is $9 currently. I've seen it for $7 and even $6 sometimes on Yes Style, or maybe $5 even. They have crazy discounts on this one. New generation UV filters, fragrance-free, alcohol-free, not foam acne safe. It has 1 or 2, so not the most problematic. And all of these triggers, by the way, they're pretty low on the ingredient list on all of these sunscreens. I wouldn't really purchase anything that has a foam acne trigger high in the ingredient list. But still, you have to be aware of that if you struggle with fungal acne. No white cast, no eye sting. Just a nice, reliable. I've seen conflicting information about this one, that it might be water resistant. I still don't know. It's kind of like lost in translation with the Korean and English. I don't know. If you guys know, leave it in the comments below. But it might be water resistant, this one. Kind of feels a little bit like it might be water resistant though. The only thing about this one is that it's a little bit too moisturizing for me, considering I have oily skin. But besides that, almost the perfect sunscreen, and that's why it's 4th on my list. Next, I have the most lightweight sunscreen on this entire list. This is the SCINIC UV Expert Repair Sun Essence SPF 50 plus PA++++ Anti-UV Aging. That's a long name. Beautiful packaging, probably the most beautiful out of this entire list. It's sleek, it's nice, it's maybe even considered masculine for the guys who want to wear sunscreen. Yeah, check it out. $16 for this one. Mostly new generation UV filters. It has 6 UV filters, this one, so a pretty good amount of UV filters. It even includes like a flower extract that somehow I found out today it's considered a UV filter. Alcohol free. It does have fragrance, but honestly I don't feel it in this one. And initially I thought it's fragrance free, and then I checked the ingredient list, what's going on, and I realized it has a fragrance. Yeah, I can kind of feel it now though. It's very mild. No eye sting with this one. The only thing why this one is on the 3rd place is because, well, by the way, beautiful texture when applying it. It spreads like a dream. Like I said, it's the most lightweight sunscreen on this entire list. There's something about this one, I cannot review it. Beautiful application, just has that tiny bit of silicone feel. Very fluidy, spreads easily. But if my moisture barrier is compromised, or if my skin is a little bit more sensitized that day, I would feel some warmth, some slight stinging with this one. Even though it's supposed to be kind of like a repair sun essence, it has ectoin, has a lot of goodies in it. It's a little bit not that great when your skin is super sensitized, or I don't know, maybe there's some kind of ingredient that my skin doesn't like in this one, but something about it, and that's why it's on the 3rd place. That's the only thing. Otherwise, the finish is not too shiny, one of the least shiny on this list actually, and just a beautiful option overall. But that thing made me question it a little bit, and am I gonna be able to use it if my skin is more compromised? Which doesn't happen that often nowadays, but still. Next, I have a new one from beplain. Well, it's new to me, but I think it's not that new on the market. While the SCINIC, for example, it is pretty new on the market also. beplain Sunmuse Moisture Sunscreen SPF 50 plus PA plus 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 plus. Beautiful packaging, very original. It's very thin and tall. Around $12–13 for this one. New generation UV filters, fragrance and alcohol free. Not from Acne Safe, has only one ingredient towards the bottom of the ingredient list. No eye sting, no white cast with this one. This is very similar to my all-time favorite, which is the Skin 1004 Centella sunscreen. Very similar, a little bit thicker, just a tiny bit thicker. I applied these two side to side on my face, and they're very similar. The ingredients are similar, the filters, the finish. This one from beplain, even though it's a little bit thicker and a little bit more moisturizing, does look just a tiny bit less shiny. Maybe it's in my head, but I applied them side by side and it was just the tiniest bit less shiny. I like that. And also I noticed after shaving, if I apply these two on each side of my face, the Skin 1004 tends to be a little bit more warm, a little bit, just a tiny bit stingy, which I was not expecting. So I still love it and I'm still gonna use it, but the beplain one was not, and I think it's because of the texture. When it's thicker, it doesn't really go that deep into the skin. So yeah, I love this one, unexpected, because for years I kind of like didn't pay attention to it. I would always see it on YesStyle, but I would never order it for some reason. And I'm like, that was a mistake. Now, before I get into the last sunscreen, which is my favorite, I just wanted to mention something about these little videos I'm putting in here. They're not the most reliable, just because the lighting is not the same. I am trying to control some stuff, like I'm trying to film at the same time of the day. I apply all these sunscreens without any skincare on, just to keep it very, well, as consistent as possible. But the weather is not the same. Oh, and I cannot wait for the weather to be the same to film the videos. For example, it's been cloudy for the past 2 weeks. The seasons are not the same. The sun is like in a different point in the sky compared in summer compared to winter and all that stuff. So yeah, they're not the most reliable. Sometimes a sunscreen might look shinier than the other, even though it's not. I'm trying to like mention stuff here and there, but yeah, take these little videos with a grain of salt. With all that aside, my favorite sunscreen is the Celimax Pore Plus Dark Spots Brightening Care Sunscreen SPF 50 plus PA plus 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 plus. This one is pretty much the Skin 1004 sunscreen, just a little bit of added benefits and better ingredients. $11–12 for this one, 50 mls. New generation UV filters, fragrance and alcohol free. Not fungal acne safe. It actually has 2 fungal acne triggers low on the ingredient list. Doesn't bother my skin. No white cast, no eye sting. None of these sunscreens actually give me any eye sting, which is weird because normal simple moisturizers are giving me some eye discomfort and blurriness, but not sunscreens. It's supposed to be the other way around. Yeah, this one compared to the Skin 1004, no difference. Same texture, same feel, same application, same finish. I applied them on like each side of my face. I couldn't tell a difference. The only thing the Celimax has going for it is that it has more niacinamide and it has some tranexamic acid, 1%. So I like that about it. I know not everybody likes niacinamide, but I love niacinamide and I love that it has 5%. Kind of replaces my niacinamide serum in that regard. A little bit of tranexamic acid, which is gonna very slowly over time brighten your skin, maybe a little bit. It's not gonna do miracles. I've seen more and more data that tranexamic acid is very hard for it to penetrate in your skin, so you need a special delivery system for that. But it is in there. It might help a little bit with redness. Tranexamic acid is very good for that. So I like that about it. Overall, it's just a slightly improved version of the Skin 1004. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you find it helpful. Leave comments, questions, your experiences, what other sunscreens I should check. Love you all. See you in my next video.